In order to know what are the best foods, we must study God's original plan for man's diet. He who created man and who understands his needs appointed Adam his food. Behold, he said, I have given you every herb yielding seed, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for food. Upon leaving Eden to gain his livelihood by tilling the earth under the curse of sin, man received permission to eat also the herb of the field. Grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables constitute the diet chosen for us by our Creator. These foods prepared as in a simple and natural manner as possible are the most healthful and nourishing. They impart a strength, a power of endurance, and a vigor of intellect. They are not afforded by more complex and stimulating diets. God gave our first parents the food He designed that the race should eat. It was contrary to His plan to have the life of any creature taken. There was to be no death in Eden. The fruit of the trees in the garden was the food man's wants required. The Lord intends to bring His people back to live upon simple fruits, vegetables, and grains. God provided the fruits in its natural state for our first parents. God is working in behalf of His people. He does not desire them to be without resources. He is bringing them back to the diet originally given to man. Their diet is to consist of foods made from the materials He has provided. The materials principally used in these foods will be fruits and grains and nuts, but various roots will also be used. Again and again, I have been shown that God is bringing His people back to His original design. That is, not to subsist upon the flesh of dead animals. He would have us teach people a better way. If meat is discarded, if the taste is not educated in that direction, if a liking for fruits and grains is encouraged, it will soon be as God in the beginning designed it should be. No meat will be used by His people. If ever there was a time when the diet should be of the most simple kind, it is now. God wants men to cultivate the force of character. Those who are merely time savers are not the ones who will receive a rich reward by and by. He wants those who labor in His cause to be men of keen feeling and quick perception. They should be temperate in eating. Rich and luxurious foods should find no place upon their tables. And when the brain is constantly taxed and there is a lack of physical exercise, they should eat sparingly, even of plain foods. Daniel's clearness of mind and firmness of purpose, his strength of intellect in acquiring knowledge, were due in a great degree to the plainness of his diet in connection with his life of prayer. To confine yourself to a simple diet, which will preserve you in the best condition of health, is a tax to you, as you lift up to the light which heaven has permitted to shine upon your pathway. More suffering might have been saved your family. Your own course of action has brought the sure results. While you continue in this course, God will not come into your family and especially bless you and work a miracle to save your family from suffering. A plain diet, free from spices and flesh meats and grease of all kinds, would prove a blessing to you and would save your wife a great amount of suffering, grief, and despondence. In order to render to God perfect service, you must have a clear conception of His requirements. You should use the most simple foods, prepared in the most simple manner, that the fine nerves of the brain be not weakened, benumbed, or paralyzed, making it impossible for you to discern sacred things and to value the atonement, the cleansing blood of Christ, as priceless worth. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I preach to others, I myself should be a castaway. If men for no higher object than a wreath or perishable crown as a reward of their ambition, subjecting themselves to temperance in all things, how much more should those be willing to practice self-denial who profess to be seeking not only a crown of immortal glory, but a life which is to endure as long as the throne of Jehovah, and riches that are eternal, honors which are imperishable, and eternal weight of glory? Will not the inducements presented before those who are running the Christian race lead them to practice self-denial and temperance in all things, that they may keep their animal propensities in subjection, keep under the body and control the appetites and lustful passions? Then they can be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. Persons who have accustomed themselves to a rich, highly stimulating diet have an unnatural taste, and they cannot at once relish foods that is plain and simple. It will take time for the taste to become natural and for the stomach to recover from the abuse it has suffered. But those who persevere in the use of wholesome food will, after a time, find it palatable. Its delicate and delicious flavors will be appreciated. It will be eaten with greater enjoyment than can be derived from unwholesome deities, and the stomach, in a healthy condition, neither fevered nor overtaxed, can readily perform its tasks. I hope you're blessed with this short presentation. Time would fail us if we should look all about the matter. I encourage you to read the book Counsels on Diet and Foods by Ellen G. White. There is more. Be blessed.